All right, I do have a special guest with me today, my Kung Fu sister Mayan. So she'll be doing the poses so I can get a better look. Hailing from LA and New York and all over the world. So, all right. Let's set the timer. Find a supported tall seat. Feel the parts of the body making contact with the ground. And take your time to get into that space, centering. From your foundation, create a lift from the earth through the spine to the crown of the head. And this is an energetic lift, so little to no effort in the muscle. Notice your breath. The pace, texture, movement of the breath. We'll open with 3 ohms, followed by a Hari Om chant responsively. Inhale. Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Hari. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Hari. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Hari. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Hari. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om. Hari Hari Om. Hari Hari. Say a few words. Ask yourself What is my purpose? What is my purpose? And how does my life align to this purpose? Often living your purpose requires sacrifice. Sacrifice of your smallness. Swami Satchidananda has often said, sacrifice your smallness. Just take a moment to ponder on this. Please open your eyes for Netra Vyayamam. Remove your glasses for this portion of the practice. Set your gaze forward. Realign your structure. Lift the eyes up towards the ceiling. And stretch the eyes down towards the floor, keeping the head and the body still. Bring the eyes to center and shift the eyes to the right. Head is still. Jaw and shoulders are relaxed. Trace a horizontal line to the left. And bring to center. Close the eyes briefly to allow the body to soften and restructure. Lift the eyes up towards the ceiling and trace the outer circular periphery. Go slow. Noticing every point, the nature of the sweeping action. Once you reach back to the top, reverse direction. And once you return to the starting point, soften the eyes, close, and begin rubbing the hands, generating heat. Once the hands are warm, cup the warmest part of the hands over the eyes. Only when the hands have become warm. Soak in the warmth. Feel out the light. And once the heat has dissipated, fingertips over the eyelids and gently stroke out towards the ears. Use this time to massage the muscles in the face or the neck, the head. When you feel satisfied, you can place the hands on your lap. Begin making circles with the rib cage over the hips. Lifting the rib cage up from the torso so there's some length there. And reverse direction. And let's return to starting point. I really like what Swami Divyananda is doing, so we're going to do that. Hands on the shoulders here or in front, and rotate the shoulders. Think about the elbows making big circles, and gradually allowing the circles to get smaller until it's a dot. My screen has frozen, so if you have reached the dot, begin reversing the direction from that small dot to that big circle. And Let's rest our hands. Let's come onto our hands and knees into tabletop, warming up the spine with some cat and cow. Pay attention to the pelvis and perhaps use the pelvis to initiate the arching and the rounding of the spine. Allowing yourself to pause. If it feels juicy in one particular place, you just go to cat and cow on your own. Let's come back to neutral. Tuck the toes under and lift the knees up towards the belly. Lift the knees towards the belly, shift back. Good. Knees towards the belly. Yep, shift back. Good. And begin releasing the heels towards the ground, pressing back into downward facing dog. And allow some movement here to further warm up the body on your own, whatever that calls for your body to do. Acknowledge. You can lift the one leg up, and then the other side. Move up a little bit so that you don't kick out. This is your practice. This is dialogue between yourself and the body, using sensation, using thought. Shift the weight forward to plank. Good. Make the eyes strong, even in plank. Gaze is forward. And lower knees, chest, and chin. And when you're ready, scoop forward into cobra. Belly lowers, upper spine curls up. Keep the toes on the floor. Good. Release down, turn the head to one side. We're going to come up a second time, but allow the body to rest. So we turn on and turn off the muscles. Come up a second time. Mindful to where the upper spine starts to curl up, keeping the abdomen and the legs on the floor. Push up on all fours. Hinge back, downward facing dog. Lift that right leg straight up and back. Press out through that right heel. Good. And step the right foot forward. You can lower the left knee down first. You can guide the right foot forward. Let's come into a lunge. And again, your lunge, I'll give you 20 seconds here to explore, to inquire your lunge. And this is your practice. And this is your body. I'm your guide. So if what I say doesn't quite fit or agree with your body, then make accommodations for yourself. Let's all lower the hands now. Step back into down dog. Left leg rises up, stretching out from the left hip to the left heel. The whole leg is active and waking up. And step the left foot forward in your way. So slowly, or using momentum, or lowering the right knee. And another 20 seconds to explore. To inquire, to align yourself with yourself. Let's lower the hands down and step forward to the top of the mat. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Good. Pull the knees out, just the knees apart. Keep your feet exactly where they are. So you want your toes and your knees facing the same direction. Good. Hands on the shin, lift halfway up, lengthen through the spine. Cow tilt in the pelvis. Broaden the collarbones. Good. Hands on the waist and rise up to stand. Arms overhead. Grounding through the feet, lifting up through the sky. Bring the hands together in prayer. Take a moment to recenter and ask yourself again, how does my life align to my purpose? And we'll move with this intention. Surya Namaskaram. Exhale here. Inhale, extend the arms forward, reaching up and back. Hinge forward at the hips as you lower the hands. Plant the hands outside the feet. Step the left leg back into lunge, your lunge. 5 seconds. And now place the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. 5 seconds in down dog. Create a conduit of energy from the hands to the waist and hips, from the hips to the feet and back. Shift forward to plank. Keep the legs active. Knees, chest, and chin lower down. Scoop forward into cobra. Keep the feet anchored and stretching back as you curl the upper body from the ground. Back of the neck remains long. Release the back bend. Push up on all fours or plank. Hinge back to downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward into lunge. 5 seconds. Step forward, top of the mat, fold forward. Uttanasana, legs are active, body is folded over towards the floor. On inhale, rise up to stand. You can pause in between so you don't get dizzy. Reaching up, slight back bend. Perhaps maybe press the pelvis forward to even open in there. And release the back bend, hands in prayer. A moment to catch your breath. Round 2, exhale here. Inhale, extend the arms forward, up and back, open the front. Exhale, fold forward, open the back. Right leg steps back, lunge. The sense of stillness and lunge here, we're going to hold for another 10 seconds. Notice all the activity happening inside as you hold still physically. Release the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Shift the weight forward, and now I'll give you the option of coming into cobra or coming into upward facing dog. And connect with your whole self. So you'll notice what parts of the body are making effort and what parts of the body may be asleep. So perhaps wake up the parts that you don't connect with. Breathing the whole way. And let's lift up and back. Let's meet at downward facing dog. You can sneak in a child's pose here if the back has become too intense. And now let's all lift up to downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward into lunge. 10 seconds. Hold it still physically and notice all the activity that happens inside. And we're still on the outside. What happens internally? Step forward, top of the mat, fold forward. Rise up to stand. Arms overhead. Brighten the heart up. And release in hands in prayer. Take a moment in Tadasana, recenter. How do I align myself to my purpose? Good. Let's stand at the center of the mat. We're going to come into Warrior Two here. So come into the center and step the feet apart. Arms out to the side, palms face down. If you can, align the ankles under the wrist. That's just a suggestion. And turn the right toes out 90 degrees. Bend the right knee. Yep, got it. Okay. Look back and forth at the arms stay aligned. And turn the head just past the tip of the fingers. I'm going to hold for 20 seconds. If it becomes too intense here, come out. Again, this is your practice. This is an opportunity for us to commune with our body and its sensations and its messaging. 10 more seconds. Feel the ground beneath you. Virabhadrasana too. Good. You can release the hands down or keep it up as you switch to the other side. Warrior Two to the other side. So straighten the right knee, turn the right toes in, left toes out. Warrior Two to the other side. I see everyone doing their checkpoints. Very good. Now I'll begin the 20 seconds. And bring the strength also in the eyes, in the heart. Looking just past the tip of the left fingers. Good. We're going to switch back into the other side again. Warrior Two, same thing. Turn the left toes in, right toes out. Warrior Two. I'll add some variations now. Establish that foundation and the grounding, and the tall spine, and the strength in the eyes and the heart. Flip the right palm up. Bring the right arm right alongside the ear. Reach up through the right side body. Release the left hand on the left thigh, and if you can, lean to the left. Deepen the bend in that front knee. If you can. 5 seconds here. Big breath in. Slow exhale. Return to Warrior Two. Take the right forearm on the right knee. Extended angle. Lift the left arm up overhead. Head down, forward or up, depending on your neck. Good. You can bring the arms over the ears if you like, or keep the fingers pointed to the ceiling. Just another option here. Good. Big breath in. Slow exhale. Come back to Warrior Two. Let's turn to the other side. Extend the right knee, turn the right toes in, left toes out. Warrior Two to the other side. Good. Go through the checkpoints. Feet are stable and grounded. Knee over the ankle, left knee that is. Arms parallel to the floor. Good. And now turn the left palm up. Bring the left arm alongside the ear first and create length, then lean back to the right. Big breath in, right into the tightest spot here. Exhale slowly. Return to Warrior Two briefly. And left forearm on the left thigh here. Extended angle. Arm position, your choice. Head position, your choice. Big breath in. Exhale slowly. Come back to Warrior Two. And straighten the left knee. Step the feet together and shake it off. come to Tadasana. I invite you to close the eyes and notice the sensations in the body. Notice the qualities of the thoughts and the rhythm of the breath. Let's take it down to the ground. Shavasana. In Shavasana, depositing the excess energy. Noticing the parts of the body that's still in the past. It's still at warrior two, perhaps. It's still perhaps in the lunge. See if you can neutralize those efforts. Setubandha Sarvangasana, bridge pose. So let's step the feet onto the mat. Bring the heels close to the buttocks. And you can bring the arms alongside the body, palms face down, or you can bend the elbows and the palms face each other, and you can use the back of the arms as support to come up. Weight in the feet are even and balanced. And when you're ready, press through the feet. If you're using the upper arm, press through the upper arm and lift the pelvis up. And you might find you've reached the limit here, but keep the pressure in the feet balanced. Keep the head looking up. Don't turn the head here. Good. And slowly roll the spine back to the floor. Lift the heels up to curl the pelvis into the floor. Hug the knees in. We're going to do a few rounds of this. Very gentle back bend. As gentle or as intense as you need. Listen to yourself. Good. Let's return the feet back onto the floor, setting up for bridge one again. Pressing to the feet. Come on up. Perhaps roll the chest towards the chin. Feel the sensations in bridge pose. I'm going to hold for another 10 seconds here. You can come down at any point. Again, listening, tuning into yourself. Mike, perhaps stepping the feet apart a little bit wider or bringing the knees closer together. There we go. And slowly come back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And hug the knees in again, neutralizing the back bend. And you can rock side to side. I see folks doing that. Beautiful. All right, let's return for the final and third bridge. This time, I'm going to give you 20 seconds to come up into it. So place the feet, and when you're ready, come up. 20 seconds begins right now. Again, coming down at any point. This is your practice, and the body is the leader here, not me. The teacher, rather. Slowly come down onto the back, vertebrae by vertebrae. You can have the knees if you need to relieve the back bend. Roll to one side. And come up onto all fours once again. We're going to work with pigeon here, a little hip opener. So coming on all fours, slide the right knee towards the right thumb. Slide the right knee towards the right thumb. And now stretch the left leg behind you. If that right hip is floating off the floor, then bring a pillow or a cushion right underneath that hip. Yes, the right heel The right heel can be right in front of the pelvic bone, the pubic bone rather. Good. Come up onto the fingertips and lengthen to the spine at first. And begin walking the hands forward to fold over the right leg. I see some folks that's really high up. I'll give another option for that this way instead. Okay. Looks like you've managed. With each exhale, allow the body to sink towards the floor, folding over the right leg. If it becomes too intense, come out. Ten more seconds. With each exhale, releasing down. Come on up. Bring the hands up. Lift the torso up. Tuck the back toes underneath. Press back into downward facing dog briefly. Press the right heel onto the floor. And just bring all the blood and energy back down that right leg. Lower the left knee again. Let's come into tabletop. This time, slide the left knee towards the left thumb. Slide the left knee towards the left thumb. And slide the right leg back. And so again, the left heel is right in front of the pubic bone. If you have more flexibility or are familiar with this posture, you can slide the left foot away from the pubic bone. And if your left hip is floating off the floor, then use cushion to pad up the right hip. Left hip, excuse me. Lengthen up through the spine. When you're ready, fold forward over the left leg. Thirty seconds. With each exhale, release area where you're holding tension, where you're gripping. Place the hands under the shoulders. Push the torso upright. Tuck the back toes under. Press back, downward facing dog. Placing the left heel onto the floor. Waking up that left leg. Let's lower the knee. And let's roll back over onto our back for our inversion practice. Or you don't have to be on your back if you're opting for a headstand. Okay. So I'll instruct shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. But you know you have options. Have you done shoulder stand? Okay. Do you know how to get into it? I'll instruct everyone into it. Oh, good. Looks like some folks are prepared. So bring the hands alongside the body, palms face down. Lift the legs up towards the ceiling. And when you're ready, create momentum to swing the legs over the face. Catch the lower back with your hands. And before you straighten the legs up, make sure the elbows are stable, that you have a strong foundation with the shoulders and the elbows. And when you're ready, when you feel secure and stable, lift the legs up towards the ceiling. Good. Broaden the collarbones here. Make sure the head stays still. Compressing the thyroid gland here, base of the throat. Using gravity to reverse the flow of the blood in the legs. holding this between effort and surrender. You can add some variations here if you like, or you can remain still. If you're holding still, again, notice when the body is still with the activities that are happening inside. One more minute. If you're doing a one-sided inversion, then perhaps to switch it. If you did a crossing of the legs, you can switch the other side. Now everyone, mindfully, gracefully, come out of your inversion. And shoulder stands, maybe bending the knee towards the forehead, extending the legs above you, hands on the floor. Use the hands as brakes to roll down vertebra by vertebra. You can incorporate the abs here by slowly lowering the legs onto the floor. Rest briefly in Shavasana so the body can return to balance. Matsyasana, fish pose. So bring the legs together, place the hands alongside the thighs. Come up onto the elbows, looking down at the feet. Then arch in the pelvis, mid-chest, and lift the chin up so the crown of the head may touch the floor. Breathe into the rib cage like gills in the fish. 15 more seconds here. Stretching out the throat. When you're ready, on inhale, bring the chin towards the chest, looking down at the feet. Roll down vertebra at a time from the buttocks to the head. The body return to neutral in a brief Shavasana. Let's roll over to one side and push up to seated for a twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Now let's extend the left leg forward. Bend the right knee towards the chest. And cross the right foot over the left. The left leg is straight in front of you, and the right leg is bent and crossed over. You can keep the left leg extended out in front, or you can bend the left knee and bring the left heel towards the right buttocks. Put the right knee up. So take the left knee, left hand, wrap it around the right knee. Place the right hand right behind you, close to the base of the spine. Use that right hand to give you leverage to lengthen the spine. Lengthen the spine, broaden the collarbones, and then twisting from the belly. So the navel or the belly area is initiating the turn towards the right leg. So the other direction, Phyllis. turning towards the right leg. Yes, so switch your arms. Okay. Lengthen. And again, the twist comes from the abdomen. Shoulders and neck can also come into it. The arms are placeholders. They're not there to crank you into a deeper twist. They're placeholders. Alicia, if you can, twist in the shoulders as well. So turn the shoulders also. Big breath in. And as you exhale, gently release the twist. And you can counter twist by turning the other direction and bowing down towards the floor. Let's switch sides. So left knee is bent, right leg is straight out. You can bend that right leg in if you like, create a sense of symmetry. Left arm around the right knee, right hand behind you. Lengthen and twist, spiraling from the navel to the head. Notice how the twist changes with your breath. Maintain the length through the spine. Big breath in and exhale. Release the twist. And let's prepare for Yoga Mudra. Feeling the benefits of our practice. In a comfortable cross-legged seated position, you can bind the hands behind your back. You can place a block in front of you if the floor is too far away. I invite you to close the eyes and tune inward. And when you're ready, float forward, resting the head on the block or the floor. Perhaps bowing, bringing the chin in and bowing to yourself. Gently float up to seated. A moment of reflection here. Hands on the lap. With reverence, prepare for Yoga Nidra. As you prepare, allow this to be an offering to yourself. We delve into the subtle layers of ourselves in Yoga Nidra. So let the spreading out of your blanket be a spiritual practice, an offering. Putting socks on, an offering to yourself, your divine self. We'll do one round of tense and release to squeeze out any remaining tension. Stretch the arms and the legs out, play the hands open, and then make a tight fist. Deep breath in the belly, deep breath in the chest. Hold and squeeze everything. Lift the arms and the legs. Squeeze the buttocks, face, heart. Hold. 3, 2, 1, drop. Make any last minute accommodation so you can be comfortable and still. Notice the area is still holding tension. You can invite that part of the body to release, to trust, and surrender to rest. Notice the breath, texture, movement. Continue to release other aspects where we hold tension. Our schedule, set that aside for now. The roles that we play in our lives and to each other, for now, set it aside. Your opinions, your likes and aversion, set it aside. If you can, your identity, the things that you hold as your identity, set it aside for now. And rest in what's left, that void of all possibilities, the origin of life. Rest here. Om. 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 Stay connected to peace. Bring your awareness back to the body and the breath. Back on your mat in your room. Stay connected to peace as you bring movement into the body once again. You may stay here for the remainder of the class or for as long as you like. Otherwise, turn to one side briefly. Gently come up to seated, maintaining that peace. Careful not to disturb. If you have arrived and settled in your seat, begin Dirgha Swasam, deep breathing. Begin by exhaling through the nostril, a complete exhale, and a deep inhale, filling up the whole body. You feel the contraction on the exhale, but not too tight. Feel the expansion of the inhale without forcing. With your next exhale, return the breath back to balance. Prepare for Kapalabhati. Strong foundation, tall spine, soft front. So I'll begin by exhaling through the nose, engaging the abdomen here. Inhale slightly and begin. 20 more seconds at your own pace. And exhale all the way out. Out, 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 out. Inhale all the way in from the bottom of the seat to the top of the throat. You may hold the breath by drawing the chin towards the chest. When you're ready, exhale smoothly, evenly, and slowly as possible. At the end of that exhale, return the breath back to balance. Second round and final one. Exhale all the way out. Inhale slightly and begin. On your own, at your own pace, 40 more seconds. You become lightheaded or dizzy, slow down the pace or stop entirely. 20 more seconds. Exhale all the way out. Out, out, out. Inhale all the way in. As much air as you can take in. You may hold or exhale smoothly and slowly if possible. The breath return to balance at the end of that slow exhale. One silent Om, let it vibrate in your whole being and let it lead you to meditation. Inhale. Om. Om. Closing slokas in Sanskrit together. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma vitam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai.
Thank you, Mia. Wonderful.
Thank you, Sue. Good to see you.